the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the...
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
For the last month, how the Denver Nuggets ranked in the NBA statistics. 16th.
And they looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Another fast break score for them, and they've really made the most of their transition game. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and the differential there is what stands out for me. I mean, they've also denied those runouts defensively.
The Celtics shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the
shot, one free throw coming his way.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The Celtics have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Free throw good from Bailey together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. The new process is making for quicker turnarounds, I think.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Just a chance for a three-point play. Gordon checked in for Wallace. The Celtics have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. See how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Utah. Very strong season they've had. Always as they close in on the postseason. And of course, Denver just way behind.
And you know, for the Nuggets, they weren't part of the discussion of teams. Probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts.
Oh, there's a chance. Let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Number 1, the Celtics.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast breaking style, and they are all in.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both. We need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, they want to get the call right, and the league is taking steps to speed the process with the Replay Review Center and Secaucus queuing up the footage for the officials.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. So good, he'll go to the line.
Caged up in prison, 1 time for your mind, 2 ghetto politicians, 3 for my locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission, get paid like tuition. Caged up in prison, 1 time for your mind, 2 ghetto politicians, 3 for my locked down in the system. They said New York,
They got to keep fighting their way to the line.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And was rewarded with a triple-double.
Now right out of here, for sure.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're in front by a ton. 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Yeah, there really isn't much for them to be talking about. This is rubbing it in and adding salt to the wound.
Go off when I enter the building.
Now Burke puts the fadeaway right on the money.
That's a very crafty move right there. When you're giving up height, it's time to unleash the fadeaway.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game? An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance.
In terms of three-point shooting, this could be framed as a historic performance. Hitting that many three-point shots in a single game is borderline impossible. The pressure was off the rest of the guys offensively. They just had to worry about getting him the ball and setting screens. Then it was bombs away.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.